Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee, and welcome to this video. This is the little project I have to share with you today. It's this little Christmas bag, and it has a magnetic closure, and it just opens like that, and then you can put all sorts of lovely little gifts in there. It'd be lovely to have some nice Christmas chocolates, or even a nice soap, something like that, just a little Christmas present. You could also have this as a table favour, and instead of saying Merry Christmas, you could put the person's name and have this at the table with just some little snacks. You can have a few bickies in there. It's really versatile. So let me show you how I made this one. Okay. Excuse me. We are going to first need to check out paper and see that the measures are correct, and we've got evening evergreen here, and this measures 10.5 inches by 8 inches, and on the 10.5 inch side, the long side, we are going to score at 3 inches and at 5 inches and at 8 inches and 10 inches. So that's 3, 5, 8 and 10. But all these measurements will be on my blog post, and the link to that is in the description box below, so don't worry about having to get all the measurements now. And then we're going to score at 2 inches on either side, so 2 inches, and then I'm going to twist it round, still on the 8 inch side, and score again at 2 inches. And that is all our scoring done. So let's move the scoreboard before we knock everything over, as I just nearly knocked over my studio light, so that was doing really well for me. And now I'm just going to get my bone folder, and we are going to fold on all of these score lines that we've made. This is when a bone folder is invaluable to help you get a really nice crisp fold. Okay, so with your little 1/2 inch scoring here on the right hand side, we are going to do some cutting, and we're going to cut firstly up the score line to the 2 inch score line, so just like that, and then we're going to cut that off at an angle. Okay, so you can see there, whoops, keeps falling out of my hands. You can see there how we've just cut it off. And now we're going to cut up each of these 3 score lines to the score line. So 1, 2 and 3. So now we've released these 4 tabs, and now for each of these tabs we're going to mitre them, and that means just giving them a very angle trim. So just a little bit that you're going to trim off. You can see here, just that little bit I've trimmed from there, just to give it a slight angle, and this just helps it to come together without any bits maybe hanging over the edge if your measurements haven't been, and your cutting hasn't been totally exact. Okay, and last but not least, okay, so let's get rid of these pieces now. We've got one more little bit of cutting to do. I'm going to show you how to work it out. It's going to be this top piece. So your seam is always going to be to the back. See, the seam is here, so this piece is going to fold over that piece opposite your 1/2 inch. So your let's do it this way, the way we've been using. Your 1/2 inch score line is here, and this is going to be my back here. Okay, so I'm going to cut away all of this, 1, 2 and 3. So let me show you. Okay, get rid of that. So that's what you're left with now. And the last thing I'm going to do is here is I'm going to match this at the bottom. I'm going to cut this off at a slight angle. Okay, so that's what it should look like now. Okay, now on here I didn't round these corners at the bottom of the fold over top, but I actually think I'm going to do that this time. So I'm just going to get my corner rounder, and this has been in my stash for donkey's years, so I don't know where I got it or anything, so don't ask, because I don't know, is the simple question. I'm just going to round the corners just like that, just to make it look a little bit more fancy. Okay, so now we can start to put down some of our designer series paper, and I've got here the Boughs of Holly paper to use. It's different. This one here was the Painted Christmas, so I'm going to use Boughs of Holly. And as you can see, that's how it's going to come together. So I'm going to put some on the back, which is here. So let's stick this down. I'm not going to put all the paper down now, though I do prefer to put, if possible, paper down before I put the box together. But because we've got a magnetic closure, I'm not going to be able to do all of it, because I need to hide the magnet as well. So there's the one piece, and then we're going to put some down here as well. So I need to round the corner here too. Just like that. Okay. So there we go. That's the two bits I can put down so far. So now we're going to put our box together. So I'm going to put some glue just on this little tab here. And just fold the one side in, fold the other side in, and make sure they're they're even. Everything is straight, and give it a good press down. Okay, so this is the back. So this bit's the front. So I'm going to fold in my sides, and I'm going to put some glue as I fold everything in. And then the last one here. Just trying to keep everything looking as straight as I can. Don't worry about it not being stuck, because now we go in with our bone folder and just give everything a good press, and now everything will be stuck. Okay, so now what you're going to do is just take your fingers and just pinch the sides together, and just making sure everything stays as even as you can get it. Okay, and then that's going to fold down like that. That's going to make your box. So let's apply our magnets, and I've got here some little earth magnets, and I'm just going to get some double-sided tape if I can find it. It's hiding from me. Here it is. And I'm going to put a little bit on one side. Now don't put your magnet too close to the edge, because otherwise it'll make your paper start to come up. So I'm going to put mine there. And then I'm going to take another magnet. Whoops. Make sure you get it in the right orientation. If you don't, as you saw, it will just fly. So you want it so they attract each other and not hate each other. So then you're going to put that there, fold this over, press it really well, fold it gently up. I don't think that didn't press it down well enough. Let's put it back again. Not the end of the world. Give it a pinch. Come on. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to remove this, and we're going to need to round our corners again. I do this as I go along, to be honest, and I make sure I have everything in an orientation that's correct. Otherwise I tend to make a mess. Okay. So that's covered that. And now we want to do the same thing here, remove our double-sided tape, put some Tombow on our paper. Okay. And if you just wanted to get stuck going with the bone folder. So I told you, bone folder is an invaluable tool. There we go. Fold it down. And there we have our bag. Okay. Whoops, knock it over as well. Let's set that aside for a second and do a little bit of stamping. Got some basic white here, and I'm going to use the stamp set here, Celebrate with Tags, that says Merry Christmas. I'm just going to get a block out. Here we go. And I'm going to use some real red, and I'm just going to stamp Merry Christmas. There we go. You explode sometimes, this place. While that dries, I am going to try and do another bow. I've been trying to do a few today. Mixed success, I will say. That will do. Okay. And then I'm going to use a few glue dots and put my bow at the top like that. And then I've got one of these flat jingle bell trinkets, and I'm going to add this as well with a glue dot. You could put some string through the loop and have them that way, but I want it to lie flat, so I'm just going to, see if you can see, tuck it in just like that. Okay, any other bits of that? Bring back our sentiment. We're going to punch it out using the lasting label punch. And it fits nicely. Okay. And then I'm going to use my sponge daubers. I'm actually going to use a deeper colour, but I want it to really pop, so I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler. And obviously I'm going to throw the dauber around as well. But get some ink on here. And you want a nice, and this just helps it pop from the background. You could use a piece of cardstock as well. I felt like inking today, so we are inking. Obviously you could do whatever shakes your fancy. And there we go. Just gives it a little something, something, something. stop before you go too far. Close this up. I'm going to stick this on with some dimensionals, so let's get those on. Okay. So what do you think you're going to put in this bag? Let me know what you will put in this little bag. How would you use it for Christmas? Okay, so there we go. Our two little Christmas bags, and just has the magnetic closure and opens up. So I think they're cute. You can tell me which pattern you prefer, A or B. But I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you wanted more information about the project, as I said, all the links are in the description box below, including the links to my Facebook group, where I host a monthly craft club where we make projects like this together. So do have a look at that. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye bye.